This is a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies.
Listen to the Matt and Mark Movie Show.
Oh my, George Takei. Oh my. Welcome back to the Matt. That's how George Takei sounds.
Oh my.
Oh my, it is I, George Takei, welcoming you to the Matt and Mark Movie Show. Hello. You're listening to the Matt and Mark Movie Show. YouTube viewers, welcome to Christmas time. I'm on the Christmas train. Mark, I told Mark at the top of the show, I like Christmas trains, and I'm going to stand by that. I'm going to stand by that statement.
Christmas trains.
I like Christmas trains.
Dude, can
Mark?
you tell that one of my eyes is infected?
Oh yeah, dude, you have conjunctivitis? What's going on over there?
No, it's there's a air vent above me, and I hate those old metal ones because they're always like.
Yep.
So I replaced it, and this fucking dust ball went right in my eyeball. And now I have
Oh
an eye
no.
infection. So if you're wondering why, it's not. No one punched me in the face. It's just that I
Mark used
punched myself in the face with dust.
Mark used the fucking substance. He injected himself with the substance like
I
Dwayne
have
Park.
not seen that movie.
Now he's slowly changing.
Can you imagine if this show turns into a body horror?
Dude,
episode?
if you're gonna body horror, let me know. Please let me know first. That's the only thing I ask.
am a living body horror. What can anything do to me?
Mark, we're back from Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I did. I had a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Okay. Well, let me let people know what this is first, and then we're going to get into that, because I want to know. That's a big-ass tease. I want to pay that off. Hey, this is the Matt and Mark Movie Show. This week, we are going to be talking about two brand new movies. Mark and I have actually finally seen two brand new movies. We want to talk about them. Those movies are Gladiator II and Conclave. Now, if you want to hear us talk, it's a double feature review. We don't do these often, but if you want to hear us talk about those movies, check the show notes. I'll have the showtime in there where you could scrub ahead. Okay. Housekeeping. You may be asking yourself, hey, last episode you teased the Jingle All the Way commentary. Where the fuck is that? I'm going to tell you, we pushed it back a week because we wanted to fucking talk about new movies. It just so happened that Mark and I had seen two giant new movies, and we wanted to discuss those. And we were like, you know what? Jingle All the Way is evergreen for the season.
It's for the best because the holiday's later on this month anyway. So
That's true, but you know, the thinking is that you play holiday programming throughout the month. So then that way you're not playing it a
fuck
week
Christmas.
ahead of time.
I never celebrated that shit.
This is going great. Anyway, that's why we're not doing it. We're pushing it back a week. So I think we'll probably do that next time around. Don't quote me. Do check us out, by the way, on YouTube. Really quick, check us out YouTube, like and subscribe over there. Link is in the show notes. Instagram, at the Matt and Mark Movie Show. Voicemail, 707-948-6707. Call us, leave a message. We will probably play it on the show. Also want to give a special shout out. I did a guest spot on Underrated Movie Podcast. I was over there to talk about Gran Turismo, the racing movie. So I believe that episode is out now. So if you're hearing this, I'm on that episode. Go check out our friends at the Underrated Movie Podcast. And thank you to Derek for having me on for that. That was a lot of fun, actually, to go back and talk about
I still need to watch
Gran
the movie.
Turismo. Gran Turismo by George Takei. Based on the true story of George Takei. What was your favorite thing you ate at your Thanksgiving, Mark? What was the star dish at your Thanksgiving?
They had like this sour, they call it dressing, which is, I guess, is stuffing.
It's
So
stuffing.
they had this like a sourdough stuffing, and this cranberry sauce was amazing. It was delicious, actually.
Yum.
But the thing is that all the appetizers were so goddamn good, I barely ate my turkey.
That's how it happens every year. I fall in love with the sides and I eat all the sides and then I don't have room for the main event.
Yeah.
In recent
What did
years,
you
we
have,
stopped.
actually?
I had a turkey sandwich because I did not have Thanksgiving this year. I was busy
From
working.
Subway?
No, even worse, my own homemade turkey sandwich from the store, like a poor man.
Wait, did you do like cold cuts?
Yeah. I was so exhausted from working. I worked all through the holiday. My wife went and hung out with her family and my
Did they all
in-laws.
send you like really nice photos?
They did. They sent me like super nice, like we're having a great time as I'm sitting there like working, crying at my
I
desk.
have a question for you. Do you like that? Like, if you're not celebrating, do you like getting the photos, or are
I
you just
don't like
"This makes me
getting
angry"?
I don't like getting any texts. I'm getting overwhelmed with texts lately. Do you find that? If I'm getting too many, if I come back and my notifications on a text are over 10, it gives me fucking anxiety and I won't answer. I'm like, I've had enough. I tap out. I'm just
You
like,
should
I've had
see
it.
my 30,000 unread
Jesus
emails
Christ.
red dot notification.
I'm a process to zero guy. All my shit, I like to go to zero. I like to mark every unread fucking bullcrappy thing off. I can't look at
Even
it.
junk mail?
Oh, junk mail I won't read. I'll just delete. That shit gets emptied without me even giving a second thought to it. It goes completely out of the window.
I'm just picturing you reading everything and
Just
being
going through.
overwhelmed. Like, oh, Best Buy, not again.
That's why Payless shoes, Subway sandwich. I start getting like hives.
Could you sign up for Subway's newsletter? That would be amazing.
Dude, if Subway had a newsletter, that would be great. This month. Holiday seasonal subs.
This week's sandwich.
Jared's Corner. And it's Jared in prison with his writing you a letter.
So, shoving a sandwich in his ass.
Shoving a foot long up his ass. Oh, tastes fresh.
You just ruined the house.
You know what I miss from Subway? When they used to cut the bread, remember that? In a V shape. They didn't cut it halfway like a normal sandwich,
That's
right?
what Jared's doing in jail right
He's
now.
cutting the V. They're cutting the V out of him. They're using his ass like a V. If you catch my
Hey,
drift.
this looks like that V sandwich
It's like
you
the
guys
V.
used to make.
And then you go to George Takei
He's
and he
like,
goes,
oh.
oh my. I don't know why. George Takei is top of mind today. I don't know why.
You know how come, what made you bring that up? Do you know he kind of runs like a website that's like TMZ almost?
What? Really? I
Is
didn't know
how
that.
I always get his stuff in my stories. It's like, oh my, here's some celebrity stories.
Is he in your
I'm
junk
like-
mail? You go through, you're like, I have to read George Takei's cameo newsletter.
There's so many updates.
Oh no, Subway sandwich newsletter. Hurry. Jared's Corner.
George Takei collaborating with Subway.
Oh geez, George Foreman Grill, George Takei collaboration. George Foreman Grill. Do they even make George Foreman grills anymore?
Probably. Dude, do you remember when they first came out and everyone thought it was awesome, but they were all just making dry ass meals? It's like, that's the good
Yes.
shit.
Yes, dude. I remember people.
George Foreman
at-
ruined dinner.
Dude, people at film school had George Foreman grills in their room, and one girl almost lit the fucking dorm on fire
Damn. Wow. That's crazy.
for some
Right now
dry
you-
ass hamburger meat. You almost
Can you
killed
imagine you wipe out an entire dormitory just to make a dry ass burger? Oh,
No. I would feel
chicken.
dry. Hey, it's been a while. Should we do our newest segment, Show Me Your Disc Man?
Yeah.
All right, so we still don't have fanfare for this, so I'm gonna have Assbot give us a random bite to usher us in. Here we go. Assbot, take it away. Oh, he's got Batman music going. What is that? Okay, whatever. You know what? We'll take it. Fuck it.
How low it is.
It's super low. You've heard of Batman. Here's a segue. How about show me your Discman? He's the newest superhero on the block.
This is also a hearing test.
Yeah, this is to make sure. If you can hear this, you can hear dog noises. Mark, show me your Discman. The return of our new physical media segment where we show off our... Okay, Asbot, honestly, I have had enough of this. Please stop it. Thank you. It just got low. It got lower and lower and lower, if that's possible. That serves me right for asking Asbot to do anything. So, Mark, I have 3 new physical media pickups to show you this week, and they're all good.
4. So how do you want to do it?
How about this?
Round robin it?
No, let's run through them each.
Okay.
I'll get us started. I'm actually very excited about these. These are all new. This, my friend, this, if you can see it slowly. Hello. I'm gone. It's not. Oh, you can kind of see it.
It's the best segment. Oh,
this
shit.
Is the complete series of Toxic Crusaders on Blu-ray. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to be
From school, I do.
Yes, I remember. Used to be a massive fan of the show when I was a kid in the 90s. Toxic Avenger was fucking randomly made into a fucking animated series like the Ninja Turtles, and it only ran for a season. But the way that I remember finding out about Toxic Crusaders was I had the toys. They had all these action figures. It was like TMNT action figures were taking over, so every fucking cartoon wanted to have like zany action figures. I had all the Toxic Crusaders before I even knew who Toxie was, before I even knew what the cartoon was or Toxic Avenger. I just liked the toys. So when I saw the cartoon, it became one of my favorites as a kid. I had the really crappy NES game, Toxic Crusaders, which was like really horrible.
Was it like just a piece of shit that
it was like those crappy tie-in games that like Ocean used to make. They were like impossible and the graphics were not great. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, brand new. This used to be only available through Troma's site if you bought their like box of stuff. Like you had to buy every Toxic Avenger movie and every whatever, and they would include, not in its own packaging, they would include a disc. Just, that's so fucking lo-fi of every episode. Now
you have to like buy Lloyd Kaufman's underwear to get the box set.
Yeah. You basically had to buy Jared's Corner. No, like you can now get the official series of Toxic Crusaders on Blue, and I ordered it from, this was cool, it was like a win-win. I actually got this from Orbit DVD. Do you know who Orbit DVD is?
You know what? It's weird because every other physical media site and store is like, we're removing them. I only found out about them recently.
So Orbit DVD, what's cool about them is they are located in Asheville, North Carolina, which is where our buddy Tommy is.
Tommy, yeah.
And they were recently affected by the horrible hurricane. So I thought it would be cool, 2 birds with 1 stone, support a cool local physical media brick and mortar place in Asheville that's probably looking for business, and finally get Toxic Crusaders on Blue. So I got the whole fucking series, dude. I'm really excited.
Is it like remastered or?
Yes, newly restored and remastered. Watch the classic Saturday morning cartoon like never before. Based on the Toxic Avenger, the Toxic Crusaders animated series follows the lovable, deformed creature of superhuman size and strength, Toxie, along with, and they gave him all these crazy sidekicks that are not in any of the movies. Nozone, which was a guy with a giant nose, Headbanger, Junkyard, which was a man made of trash, and I remember there was Junkyard was a werewolf. He was like a wolf man, if I recall.
Oh shit.
He was like a wolf
man.
Your
favorite.
I love him, dude. Anyway, Toxic Crusaders, it's the shit, and now I have it on Blue. Mark's gonna appreciate this one. I'm getting into steals. The next 2 are steals. Mark, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Shit.
Ron Howard live action Jim Carrey steelbook. Dude, okay. This was a Best Buy exclusive 20-year anniversary. Best Buy went out of business. These steals disappeared, and resellers had them on eBay for like $200+.
What?
Okay, here's what's awesome. Mark, do you know Groove.com?
No.
Okay, Groove.com is another good physical media place you should check out. Groove.com randomly dropped this a couple weeks ago. They were like, "Oh shit, look, we must have bought a bunch of Best Buy overstock. Now all of a sudden, these are readily available." So it's been hilarious to
Really?
watch all of the Grinch steelbooks on eBay plummet.
Dude, it's
As-
like that guy that bought all the hand sanitizers and they're like, we're manufacturing again.
Yes, dude, that's exactly
Yeah.
what happened. It was like the people who buy all the toilet paper. I now have this. I got it for $20 from Groove.com.
Dang,
Steelbook
that's
4K Blu-ray combo. I actually already opened this because I watched it this weekend and it was
good.
fantastic.
Oh man, it must have looked so good. I've never seen it in 4K
It
or in the
looks-
theater. I think I've only seen it on DVD.
Dude, it looks amaze. You won't believe how good it looks. You have to see it in 4K.
Really?
Yeah, it looks
Ooh.
fucking awesome, and it's loaded with good features. Plus, I love this steelbook casing, man. You can see there he is on the back with Max.
That's
It's
a nice
really
cover,
sharp.
actually.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's got this nice like frosty blue, so it really stands out on the shelf because most steelbooks are like black or gray. So when you get a cool color one on the spine, it stands out. Like the ET one that I have is orange. The Punisher Warzone one I have is
that's
red.
so cool.
So those pop. This will pop on the shelf for sure. Last one. I have not opened this yet, but I wanted to show you because I was teasing it a couple weeks ago. I finally fucking got Beetlejuice. Glow in the dark.
Did.
4K steelbook. Now,
Is that super rare?
it's not super rare, but you had to have pre-ordered because I think they're out now. They're making new 4K steels, but all the covers are different. So if you're a Beetlejuice collector, rest in peace your wallet because you're gonna fucking be buying like all kinds of. There's like the new one I saw. There's a 4K steel with the sandworm on it that looks really sweet.
Oh, is it they have like different covers?
There's
for...
different covers for different versions,
no.
different releases. That's why I'm saying like they're like, oh, we'll make these fuckers pay.
They're evil deading it right before it's time.
Oh, for sure, dude. So I have not opened this yet. So here's the thing. I don't know if it's truly glow in the dark because underneath this packaging, it's just been sitting on my shelf in the shade in a dark room. It hasn't had the opportunity to soak up light. I know that sounds weird. So when I open this, I'm going to try and put it in the windowsill for a little bit. That sounds counterintuitive and dangerous, but I want to see if it will glow on the shelf because right now it doesn't. It's just muted. It just looks like nothing. So I want to see it's supposed to fucking glow in the dark. But
That'll look dope. You have to post
jury's
that,
out.
please.
This comes with a 4K, Blu-ray, and digital code. And it even says collectible glow-in-the-dark packaging. And again, I'm not trying to start some shit, but it does not glow. I don't know if you need to fucking put it in the sun, but it doesn't work for me.
It's beyond your return window and you put it in and just nothing happens.
If nothing happens, they forgot to treat it with the glow-in-the-dark paint. Are you gonna do this? What are you doing? Producer in the booth is gonna check it out.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's it for me for this week's Show Me Your Disc Man. Mark, let's turn it over to you, buddy. What do you got? Show
Well-
me your disc, man.
I actually had nothing to show, but all my stuff's in pre-order, so hopefully next time I'll have my own picks. But my good buddy Matt was nice enough to send me some, so I actually have. So I got Prince of Darkness,
Hey!
which is the 4K. I have never seen this on a good screener. It's always been like crap. So to watch this in 4K is going to be awesome. So I'm excited for that.
Oh, yes.
Then you got me Dragonheart, another awesome movie that I can't wait to see in 4K. So I'll be watching that one soon. Hopefully I get the right disc for these because
Yeah, definitely
the
pick the
last time I
4K
didn't
disc,
bring-
Mark.
And then I can put this next to Glory Holes, Saving Private Ryan.
Dude, now your dad movie collection is nearly complete.
No. You know what okay. Here's a funny thing about this. This is made in Germany.
Are you serious?
I'm not fucking joking. Look. Discs made in Germany.
Oh, no. That's the ultimate revenge. Make our movie in your country. Press our movie
Isn't that
and offer it.
hilarious?
Well, that's
It's
funny
like
because
prominent. too.
well, you know that most 4K authoring plants, I don't want to get nerdy on you guys, but most 4K authoring plants are in
Are
Mexico.
Nazis? Oh.
They're in Mexico. So it's funny that anything is being made in Germany. Why the fuck was that made in Germany?
I don't know, but it's like right on here. Made in Germany.
Weird.
It's World War II.
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
The end of this version of Saving Private Ryan, it's just them with rifles and all the German soldiers are making DVDs. Ooh! And the last one is Candyman.
Look at that. Candyman.
Also, another movie I've never seen in 4K, so I'm very excited to see this.
I have.
So thanks. Big thanks to Matt.
You're welcome, buddy. Happy holidays.
Oh, thank you.
I have 2 of those Candymans. That's why you got that one. Because I also know you love Candyman like I do, but I was like, you have to. I have watched it in 4K. Wait till you see it. It looks phenomenal. It is so
like,
good looking.
Does it almost feel like it's a completely different experience because you see all the texture and resolution?
A little bit. It felt like I was, not to be corny, but it felt like when I watch a really good 4K, it feels like I'm watching a great print in a theater. And that's how Candyman felt when I watched it.
Oh, dope.
I was just kind of blown away.
I can't wait.
And that Philip Glass
looking forward
soundtrack
to that.
came through, and I was like, ooh, the shit looks awesome.
Those opening shots are gorgeous. So,
by the way,
a big thanks to my buddy Matt.
You're welcome. Our producer in the booth confirmed the Beetlejuice does glow in the dark. She took it in the closet. She did something to it. What'd you do?
Okay, so remember back in the 90s, like glow-in-the-dark stars and shit that were on the ceilings?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. You have to charge it with a light.
I knew
so,
you had
like,
to charge
I held
it.
it up, it doesn't have to be the sunlight, but I held it literally up to a light bulb.
And it glowed.
And then into a super dark room. And it glows.
And it glowed.
Is
It does glow.
Is it fantastic?
Oh, that's not a good reaction.
Like, it glows, but it's not like this fantastic.
I thought it would emanate a green glow from the movie shelf. Like it would look alive.
Oh my god, no. It's
That
not
would be cool.
good.
What a bunch of crap.
It's not like the Rick and Morty book. That one glows.
Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I don't think it's that good,
Oh my.
but it works.
Boo!
Or like George Takei would say, oh no. Oh no. I don't know why that's funny.
You need that ass spot needs those. God
He
damn
needs
it.
the George Takei sounds. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
See, Asbot, if you were actually
Not that fucking Batman on like 1 decibel.
not low ass Batman. What do you got to say to that?
Be my victim.
Oh, be my victim. He used the Candyman against you. Mark, are you ready to discuss some new movies?
Yes, sir.
I want to talk about Gladiator 2 first for 2 reasons. One, as you
It's
all know,
awesome.
Mark loves Sir Ridley Scott. It's like his favorite director. And 2, I didn't think I was going to see this movie in the theater because I've been so goddamn busy with work. I had resigned to just being like, hey, I'm going to fucking watch this at home on HBO Max or some shit like a fucking schmo, like a schnookus. I'm going to watch it at home on a TV. To me, out of all the new releases, even Conclave, I'm actually glad, we'll talk about this more, but I'm actually glad I saw Conclave at home because I think it's much more of a quiet film and I think it lends to you being able to like pause to look up what certain things mean. Listen, like if you have a good sound system. I think Gladiator 2 begs for a fucking audience. It begs for you to watch it with an active audience who's excited to be there on a giant screen. And unfortunately, you know, I tried to watch everything premium or large format. And fucking Moana 2 took every goddamn large format screen. So I was like, all right. I was resigned to watching it in like a mid-tier room, which is fine. We had like 200 plus seats. I want to say it was completely sold out, almost completely sold out, except for like 1 row in the front. And
thank goodness.
I remember I texted you. I texted one of our text threads that you and I are on, and I was like, "Oh fuck," because I live in like a retirement community, and I was like, "There's fucking elderlies. They're talking. They're chatting during Maria Menounos. How dare you chat during Maria Menounos?" And they're talking during the previews, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I texted Mark, and I was like, "These fucking people are gonna talk, dude." The minute the movie started, everybody shut the fuck up, and it was great because my audience was so participatory in the movie, like cheering, gasping at twists. This movie got applause at the end. I never see the old people here applaud movies. They applauded at the end of Gladiator 2.
Wow. Something
Including myself.
ultra violent? That's
Yeah,
pretty
dude.
cool.
I had a blast with it, dude. I had a fucking blast with Gladiator 2. I like the first Gladiator a lot. I think it's like a fucking great movie. It's not like my favorite Ridley Scott movie. It's not even a movie that I would say is like one of my favorite movies, but like I acknowledge it's a great movie. If it's on, I want to watch it, right? But I was never, I don't know about you, and this is what I wanted to ask you. I was never expecting it to be like, I wasn't expecting it to top the first Gladiator. I was just expecting a capable sequel set in the same universe with like that awesome Ridley Scott style, great battles, momentum. Like, that's what I wanted. And that's exactly what I got. Like, what did you expect out of Gladiator 2? Do you have like a deep love for the first movie?
You know what? I as much as I love the first movie, can I be honest? Outside of seeing it the first time in the theater, I never really went back to it because it's like a spectacle movie. It's kind of like
Yes.
when you see Gravity, it's like you're not going to go home and watch Gravity on like a 55-inch screen, you know? It just doesn't make sense. So I actually, to me, it was such a good experience, and I wanted to keep it that way that I haven't really watched it too much on a smaller screen. The last time I did watch it was on my 100-inch screen,
Yeah,
and
I
that
know
made
you
a
had like a
huge fucking
good
difference.
screening of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that then it makes sense, but to me, I didn't know what to expect at all. And I'm always afraid of sequels, as you know, especially when you consider how great Gladiator is in his lineup. It's sort of like, does that and how much it ends, you know, it's got a very specific end because the main character did.
Yes.
So I was not expecting of all the movies to do a sequel to, I was not expecting Gladiator. I was expecting more Blade Runner than Gladiator. So it was
Interesting.
I was actually shocked to see him do it, but I was pleasantly surprised because to me, it's actually from watching both of them back to back, they do carry on the story. The one thing that throws me off is like how the fuck did the twins come to power? But
Yeah.
outside of that,
Apparently, those twin emperors are real. They really did.
dude,
There really
Rome
were
was
two
fucked up.
twin Roman emperors, and it was true. One of them had like syphilis, and it infected his brain, and he was crazy. And the other guy was just crazy and not syphilitic. That was it. Hey, how do you tell the two guys apart? That guy's got syphilis, the other guy doesn't. But they're both crazy.
Dude, what an insane time. But okay, so the one thing that I liked about it, and I'm glad he came back to it, because when you first see it, it's during like it's almost like post Marcus Aurelius. So it's like Rome is new, the Colosseum is like it's nice and shiny, the
Yeah.
stonework is beautiful. When you come back the second time around, it's almost like Apocalypto when they're going to the city and it's fucked up and dirty. Like the Colosseum, and maybe it's outside of the how CG is way better and texture quality is better. But when repeats shots of that Colosseum, and you can see how in this new Rome, it's fucked. It's like
Oh, that's
everything's
great.
dilapidated. I love that detail. Like that guy, even though he's rich, his house is fucked up.
Yeah.
But when you see people's places in the first Gladiator, it's like this was the golden age, and now we're like post golden age, and everything's just people are just living in rot, which the movie says multiple times. So I thought it was cool to come back to that because I
Yes.
do love Rome as a setting, and man, he does such an amazing job that I was a bit worried when I saw the trailers because to me the CG didn't look as refined, but in the theater. Yeah, it looked amazing.
Oh, I
That
thought it looked
baboon
great.
fight,
The
dude. I
baboons
thought
looked
that looked
awesome.
so. The one thing I really didn't like was the sharks. I thought that was probably the least thing
I
I
will tell
liked.
you, my
I was like, how the
audience
fuck did
did
they get the
laugh.
sharks?
Yeah, my audience did laugh when the Colosseum was randomly filled with water and the sharks came in. But I will say this. I've said this to you on this show before. I don't go to the movies to see real life. I live in
Exactly.
real life, and real life's not fucking interesting. I go to the movies to see the implausible happen. So, to me, if you're gonna fucking bring it and give me a larger than life cinematic experience, fill the fucking Coliseum with water, let's have some sharks, and let's get stupid. Like, there's so much awesome. That's the thing, dude. That's why I give, even if I don't like every Ridley Scott movie, I respect that motherfucker for one reason, and one reason only, is that he, of all directors, seems to be the only one that understands I have to give you a reason to come to the theater. And the thing that I give you is spectacle, larger than life insanity that you don't see other places. Like, all these other blockbusters play it so safe. This movie's like, fuck that. we're gonna have, it's like a fucking checklist of goon shit. It's like syphilitic emperors, crazy baboon fights, rhinoceros battles, sharks, shipwrecks, beheadings. We're gonna have like,
You know what's funny though?
It's awesome.
If you were to say that, like if you were describing that to me, I would think we would be going to like a schlocky B movie. But for
Yes.
some reason, you throw all those things in there, and when you watch the movie, it's, by the way, I only shit on the sharks because from a CG perspective, I thought that was like the
They were
least.
definitely third priority on the
Yeah,
asset list. I think the baboons were
but
one, rhino was
dude,
two, and the sharks were three.
those baboons, like I was, by the way, I don't know about, I don't think it was in the trailers. I try not to watch too many trailers, but when those baboons first, and I love that he chose like, they're the shaved
Yeah, the
baboons. These aren't
shaved,
like
yeah.
so
And
they're
also
fucking
there's this
scary.
cool bit where the Praetorian guards are blowing darts with something laced so that when
Right
it
in her
hits the
asses.
baboon, it like pumps them up like steroids and they
Oh
go crazy
my.
and they oh my. It makes you say, "Oh my." They fire little George Takei right in there and the fucking monkey goes crazy. Um Dude, it looked so good, and I also like that it was like, to me, right? When you run that checklist down, the baboons seem like the craziest thing to me out of that list, but the movie doesn't build up to it. The movie starts you there.
Yeah.
That's how
What
insane
a
it
start,
is.
right?
What a start, because it also too, well, also what a start of spectacle, but also it endears you to the new Maximus, a guy named Lucius. I forget what his real name is during the movie. Harno or Hano, something like that.
Yeah,
He
Hano
has a
something.
different name, but his real name is
For some
Lucius.
reason, I only remember Dondas. Citizen
Dude,
Dondas!
hail Dondas! Hail Dondas! I love that. But yeah, the Lucius guy, it endears you to him right away because it shows you he will do what the other gladiators won't. Like, he has a will to live, and he fights the baboon and wants to win so bad and protect his own life that he bites the fucking baboon.
Yeah, that
And
I fucking love that.
I loved it because it also gives him a
And he
reputation
spits out
immediately.
part of his flesh.
Yes,
By
and
the way,
the other gladiators
that
are like,
scene
"You gonna eat
was so
monkeys?" They
good.
like make fun of him while he's at the lunch table. Like, "You gonna eat the monkeys?" It
No, but did
automatically makes him a standout. It's great right
Yeah.
away.
But the other thing too is like because there's so much going on in the movie, and I guess he has such a short time to build the interpersonal relationships. Just that one scene of them like slowly going
Yes,
and letting it build up instead of it just being like they all do it at once. There's so many great scenes that show that they see him as like someone to look up to. And it's like the other thing too is he references other gladiator movies without it being like a complete ripoff, sort of like when they were asking who shot the arrow. I thought that was like a brilliant nod to
little nod to Spartacus.
without
Yeah,
it. Yeah, but it wasn't like they just ripped off the scene entirely. It was like I don't know. Everything about this movie was just so entertaining.
it's funny
and
you
the
brought that
acting
up.
was
I also
fantastic.
got a I also got a referential vibe to Clash of the Titans when Denzel brings out the severed head. It was almost like carrying the head of Medusa, and he faces it to each of the people
Yeah.
in the Senate. I was like, this is like Clash of the Titans.
By the way, when the emperor's head got lopped off, my audience was just like, "Ooh."
Yeah, my audience gasped. My audience of elderlies gasped. That was a gasp moment. And then they gasped when it was revealed, even before that, when it was revealed what Denzel Washington's endgame was. I have to say, I think that's a good point to talk about. I thought Denzel personally was my favorite thing in the movie. Because it was the most different. To me, like, a lot of the complaints I see online about Gladiator 2, a lot of people are being, like, big squares about the movie. Which,
What?
of course they are. It's like snooty letterbox people like, this movie is not the same as the movie. Like, listen, here's why it's not like Gladiator 1. There's no character like Denzel in Gladiator 1. Mark just rewatched it. Is there any character that's remotely like that guy? He's a
Not
guy
really.
who basically single-handedly, it's so crazy. He wants to rule Rome, but he wants it to also fall. Like, he wants to be the one to bring it over
I
the
love
cliff.
that. Those
It's
chaos
fucking brilliant.
people.
Yes, like, he's driving, he can taste the revolution in the air, like, he knows it's about to happen, and he wants to be the one to drive it there, which is
But
kind
the
of
other thing
amazing.
too is like when he explains his plan, it totally makes sense.
Yes.
When he goes up the stairs with that guy, he's like, What and also the way Denzel Washington phrases things, it just makes the character more real when he's the
Yes.
way he says politics. I love
Yes.
those little things that just make it an extremely unique character, even though it's someone you've seen before. And I thought
Yes.
he did like a fucking phenomenal job.
Agreed.
I think he should get an Oscar nod for it
I
because
love too the way
he's
that he would
so
talk shit to that guy that owed him money. And there was that great scene where he goes to the guy's
and
palace,
he
and the guy's like,
takes his fucking
he
house.
goes, no, no, no. He goes, I own your house. Like that read, that delivery, he's phenomenal. He was my favorite thing in the movie. And
Well,
they're
the other thing
all
too
good.
is
This is not to shame other actors. All the actors do a great job, including the new guy, the new
the
Maximus.
Irish dude.
He's
By the
great.
way, when I was in Ireland, everyone was just like, "Yay!" Which was cool. It was cool to see that. It was like a whole country behind this guy because he's like
Because
the
he's the
leading
new
man. And
gladiator. It's awesome.
he's a really good actor too.
Yeah, he's
But
great.
back to Denzel, it's sort of like you and I just finished Penguin. So to see a character similar to that, but also done in a different way,
Yes.
makes you realize that this is a standout character
It's a
that he
weird
created
it's a weird
for
character
himself.
type. It's like I want to be the emperor. I want to be the emperor of the burning empire. I want to be the captain of the sinking ship. It's a very weird new character, but it's new and fresh, and there's something like deeply tragic and cinematic about it, right?
It's sort of like that's his revenge, I guess, against being
Yes.
enslaved by Rome. It's like, since you enslaved me, I'm gonna blend in, but to get to the top just so I could decimate it. And that
Yes.
is so cool. It's like he's the ultimate villain almost,
Yeah,
you know?
agreed. Agreed. I also love this
He's
is such a
almost like a
dorky thing, but
superhero.
I loved the I don't normally notice costume or wardrobe work, but I noticed it in this movie a lot, particularly because the robes in this movie are really crazy. But the reason I bring it up is there's a fucking amazing shot. I want to say it's when Denzel is riding to go fight Lucius at the gates, and the two armies are
Oh, and
about
he's
to
got that
collide.
big gold.
The gold robe like perfectly flows behind him as he's racing towards him, and I was like, this is fucking cinematic. Not to be that guy, but like that shot, I was like, I kind of nerded out a bit. I was like, this is a really beautiful shot. Like this is how you make good moving pictures. Like
And it
I was
also
just in
brings
awe.
like this it elevates that character's mythos because
Yes.
you see him and it's very, even though he's the villain, it's still shot in this like heroic big way, which is
Yes,
really
you're
cool.
absolutely right. It's a totally heroic shot and a heroic moment. It's
But
fucking great.
going back to the costume design, what I also like was as Denzel Washington's character is moving up in societal rank, you see his clothing change. It's really cool. It's just
Yes.
like such a simple detail, but from that one piece of information, you're gathering that he's like, he's moving up the ranks very rapidly, which is so cool.
Yeah, it
And
was
it
really
also
cool to
makes
see
you
his rise
realize
to
that
power.
like also Rome is also this very like, audacious and like everybody's trying to like one up each other. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's really
It's
you really
it's
felt like
super
you were living
volatile.
in. Yeah,
It feels like the rug could get pulled out from under you at any time. You never know. There's always people listening. I loved that inclusion of Maximus's old lady who's in this movie, and she's now married to Pedro Pascal. The addition that her handmaiden is always kind of listening, and like how at first I love the way that that's introduced. Like they're very careful to send her away before they speak, and then they forget to do that later, and that's what fucks them because she goes and rats them out to the senator guy. But like little shit like that, it makes you feel like Rome is always about to just like explode. I
yeah. I
can't
guess it's
explain it.
like
It's
so
great.
many people. It's sort of like there's so many people vying for the top, and I guess they know because of how unstable the rulers are presently
Yes.
that everyone feels they can kind of like one up, and everyone's just like brown nosing each other. Nothing is. I love that nothing was sincere. Every conversation is like, oh, but it's totally artifice. And
Yes.
they played that so well. So it's like if you almost like you can't trust any character, like even though they're nice or you don't know what their ulterior motives are. So you as the audience are just constantly left guessing as to what will happen, which makes for a very exciting watch. Because I didn't really know how Denzel Washington would implement his plan. And also I thought the other emperor was going to get killed first. So for him to like, and it
Oh,
makes
that
sense
was
for his
great.
character.
Yeah.
That scene was fucking awesome.
Yeah. And we should say too, I thought the violence of the movie was spectacularly realized and photographed. The battles that happen in the arena are one thing, but when combat, even outside of the arena, when you watch two people fight, like even the simple fist fights, like when they're like training him in the gladiatorial academy and they're making him fight that guy that
first
looked
one,
like
where he
yeah, they
throws
make
down
him fight
those
like
spike
a
gloves.
he's like a yoked Bob Hoskins.
Yeah.
When he makes him fight that guy, like the fight choreography and the sound design and the brutality of it all come together. It just like there's nothing like the fights in this movie. If anything,
By the way,
that's what you call like if you take nothing else from it, I think if you want to just watch it as a surface level action movie, you can do that. But if you're looking for something deeper, it's there too. You know.
by the way, what did you think of when Denzel got his hand chopped off?
That was great.
It's so
Oh my god!
it's so
Because
fucking
here's my
good.
thing: when you see a hand chop in a movie, they always make the mistake of leaving the stump unbloodied. And what Ridley Scott has the sense to do is have the blood gush. It keeps gushing out, so it's
And that
less.
skin looks so pink. And
It looks
oh!
and it's less about the wound and more about the loss of blood that's killing him. That's what's killing him. It's just fucking great. It was great.
Do you have a favorite scene in terms of like let's go to the arena?
Yeah.
What's your favorite arena scene?
My
'Cause
favorite
this is really
arena,
what it's about.
my favorite arena battle, it was the baboons. It was gladiators versus baboons. I thought it was something I'd never seen before. I also love man versus beast, man versus nature stuff. And it was a great introduction to our hero. It made him heroic right away. We talk about economic storytelling, economic screenwriting. Right away, I was on that guy's side. I thought it was a great set piece. What about you? What was your favorite
Well,
arena moment?
I was gonna go with that one, but I'll choose the second one, and I was a bit worried about it from the trailer, but that rhino scene was
Yeah,
fucking
that was
dope.
great. That was great.
Especially there was something I love that, by the way, and they do it in the first movie. There's something about when something hits those walls and you see that
Yes.
crowd move over, and it makes it feel more realistic to me. Because you, as the audience member, you want to run over and see. It's like
Yes.
even the crowd has a bit of character to them. They're not just these people. He actually makes them part of the movie. Like there's a lot of crowd shots, and they're not just like there to be like, and here's the insert shot of cheering.
Yeah,
There's
they're
a
not
lot of
featured
moments
extras.
with the audience.
They're
Yeah.
characters. They're people. Yeah. Also, too, you really feel that later when it's very clear that they're like the emperor is trying to turn against Rome and turn against his own people, and the Praetorian Guard have the arrows aimed at the audience. And you can feel them when they're like, what the fuck? When they're getting like agitated, and you know that Rome's going to start to fall. So then the next time you see Rome, there's this flyover shot and there's fires in the streets because people are like, fuck this. Like you can start to see the beginnings of the fall of Rome. It's fucking awesome. Larger than life. What did you think about, who we haven't said a word about? What did you think about Pedro Pascal? Okay, Acacius! General Acacius!
He was amazing.
I thought he
And
was
he
great.
did a fantastic, like, you know what the thing is? Like, this is no offense to Pedro Pascal because I think he's an amazing actor, but I feel as though the market has been so oversaturated with him. It's been hard for me to disconnect him from him as a person to the characters he's playing,
Yeah.
just because he's essentially in everything. And this was the first time, and maybe it's because of the costuming and how weathered they made him look. He felt like a totally different character. He's more calm. He's very different from the other characters he's played. He's just very reserved. Like, I don't know, he's very stoic, which I liked.
Yeah.
And it really showed. I thought he did a phenomenal job. And I love the way they handled that final battle between
I
the two.
love
And it
that
wasn't-
fight between them. And the best moment, spoiler, the best moment I thought was when he's killed. Because when he goes down and asks for mercy, and the Emperor, of course, is like, kill him. And Lucius is like, hey, fuck you, I don't do that. When those arrows start to fly through, I was like,
and you hear them like,
I was moving in my seat because of the sound. I was like, I kept feeling like, oh my God, Lucius is going to get hit. They're going to just kill them both. How are they going to get out of this? But the fact that the firing is so succinct and strategic that it just hits Pedro Pascal, fucking nuts. And I love that visual of him with all the arrows and him just like slumping over.
yeah.
It was so sad. It was such a
Dude, did you
sad
see?
death.
But the thing is, like, also, because I saw it twice, and the second time you notice this detail, which makes it even more like as he falls, the arrows go
Oh,
in and
they
snap.
break.
And
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
break.
holy fuck, that looks so goddamn good. By the way, about that scene, the other part that I really liked and it got me was when he goes, "Is this what you do to your heroes?" It's such a
Yes.
fucking good line.
Good
And
line.
it just makes everyone, there's like that slight bit of silence, and everyone in the audience in the movie and in my theater were just like silent. And it was
Yeah.
such a cool moment. I don't know.
Yeah.
I fucking, everything about this movie I loved.
I thought it was really fun, man. I had much more fun. I mean, I was already excited for it, but I had much more fun with it than I thought. I think I was just so amped to see it with an audience. We were all excited to see Gladiator. I
Does
thought
it
it was
feel
great.
like the first spectacle movie of the year where you're like, whoa, this is like something that kind of has to be experienced in the theater?
I guess it would be this, and I'm gonna say I hate to say it, but I think it's true. I think it's this and Deadpool and Wolverine are the two, like, you have to see it big with a big audience. Like,
Yeah.
it's a
But to
reason
me,
for you to leave your home.
yeah, no, I agree with you. But to me, like Deadpool and
I just
Wolverine
hate
still
Marvel
has
shit.
like,
I hate having to give them any
but did you,
accolades.
but you know how like Deadpool and Wolverine still feels like a low budget movie? You know, it doesn't
It feels
feel
small
huge.
compared to
This was the
Gladiator 2.
first
It feels
movie
small.
that felt like it had scale to it.
Yes.
Like all those ultra wide shots, you were like, it kind of made you want to like walk around Rome during that time. It was like, what a weird fucking place. And they
Yes.
captured every part of it too. Like all the beggars coming in. Like I said, it's very much like Apocalypto, where you get, as you're moving through the city, you're seeing every aspect of life and every tier of life in that society. And it's done in a very detailed way too. It's so cool.
I also liked one thing I like about the Gladiator movies is I do like when Ridley Scott gets weird, and the baboons are weird. But when I talk about weird, I mean like
The
seeing
black and white stuff.
yes, but seeing in the first movie, seeing Maximus in the field touching that shot, they even repeat that shot here. But when you see Lucius seeing the death as if it's a sea, and you see the ferryman come over to take his wife away, that stuff was gorgeous. And I was like,
Yeah.
again, I liked how weird it was. It was like the decision to be like, we're gonna do this. Fuck it, we're just gonna cut and show you what he's seeing. Like,
Yeah, with all the water funnels in the background. But you know what, what I liked about it, it also gave you, it wasn't just weird for weird's sake. It was also like culturally, this is what those people believed.
yes,
So to see it visually represented as though it's like real in that universe kind of brings everything together. And I also like that they kept that, you know how it was like the rocky stones on the floor when Russell Crowe is there, there's
oh,
that above shot
yes.
and it's floating. So they incorporate that too. So it kind of blends everything in while being its own thing. It's very cool, I think. To me, it was brilliant,
Yeah, I
actually.
really liked it a lot. And I thought it was, I mean, with Ridley Scott, I never worry about the visuals. Even if I don't love the movie, I always know that it's going to be a good looking movie. The sequences are going to move. I'll say this. This is like the best review I can give to any movie, and I give it to Gladiator 2. This movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes. And Mark, it feels like it goes by in 20 minutes. I could have sat and watched another 3 hours of this, and not only would I have been completely happy, I wouldn't have been able to tell that I had been like this. When your movie flies by, when time is flying, you are literally having fun. It means it's a good film. And it flew by for me. I could have watched another
But
3 hours of it.
not to shit on Marvel movies as much as I have been, but it makes you realize how bad the pacing is, because those 2.5 hour movies and other movies of that era that are coming up, you really feel it. You're like, my ass is starting to get numb.
Yes.
The 2 times I saw Gladiator, you're right, it moves so quickly, but so much happens during those 2.5 hours. And you have to keep in mind that you're also sitting through the previews, the
Yep.
ads, so it's
Oh
even
my
longer.
God. Listen, I don't want to fucking bellyache about it, but I got to say something. The pre-show for this was out of fucking control. The longest pre-show I've had has been 25 minutes. It's usually 5 minutes of previews, or 5 minutes of ads, 20 minutes of previews. I fucking swear to you, I checked my watch yesterday. My pre-show for Gladiator 2 was 35 minutes. It was, I'm not even joking.
Dude, you were in the theater for 4 hours.
I was in theater for 4 hours almost. Like, I saw 10 minutes of ads and I want to say 24 minutes of trailers just before the movie. I had
That's
finished
not
my
even
fucking
including
snack.
your travel time either.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I bought peanut M&Ms to eat while I watched gladiatorial combat. My M&Ms were done before the movie began.
It's not even worth it to bring or buy snacks, because if you got popcorn in the 30
over.
minutes, it's either going to be cold or finished. Like, what the
Yes.
fuck is the point?
Oh yes, thank
Now
you.
that we went on our concession rants.
Concession rant. All right. Should we wrap this up so we can get to our
I
other
guess so,
movie?
yeah.
Mark, do you have any last
just gonna
things you want to
blow
mention
this
about
movie,
Gladiator
so, yeah.
2?
I don't know. I feel as though even if it's left the premium theaters now, I feel as though people should, even if it's in the smaller theater, you need that like surround sound. You need the other people in the audience. It really makes it more impactful. So go see it in the theater. That's all I'll say. I think it's worth it, especially if you're not into going to the theater. This will get you there.
Yeah, I agree. It was enough. Like, that's why I was like, I had kind of resigned myself. I was like, oh, okay, all the movies I wanted to see outside of Gladiator 2, I was like, oh, I want to see A Real Pain. I've heard great things. I think it looks great. I want to see Conclave. I want to see I will eventually watch Moana 2. I watch all the Disney movies, but these are all things I can watch at home. They're not things
I miss Heretic probably.
Heretic, I'll watch at home. Like, these are not things I need to rush out to see. To me, Gladiator 2 demands that I go to a theater because I don't have an audience at my house. I don't have a ginormo screen at my house. I want to go see them. So, I think it's well worth your time. I'm actually excited. I'm so fucking glad I got the opportunity to see it. So,
I was
thought it was
very
great.
happy that I thought you were going to miss it in the theater entirely, just
I did
because
too.
of how many other movies are coming out that are pretty like big scale. So, or expecting to top the box office.
Dude, it's a truly good time for movies. Not to be that guy, but like there's something for everybody and everybody's eating well. Like if you're a theater kid, you're going to go see Wicked. If
Let
you're
them eat cinema.
yeah. Yeah, let them eat war. If you're a family, you go see Moana 2. If you're a man,
If your family, you see Wicked.
right? If you're a theater kid, you go see Wicked. If you're a family, you go see Moana 2. And if you're anyone else, you go see Gladiator 2.
Or if you're a cool family, you go to Gladiator 2.
Dude, my family would go to Gladiator. I would beg my dad. If I was a kid right now in 2024, I'd beg my dad to take me to see Gladiator 2. I would annoy him until he caved.
By the way, that makes me think though, like, can you imagine seeing this movie as a kid?
Would have blown me away. Because, like, the first Gladiator was what, 2000, right? It was 24 years ago.
It's super old.
So I was, oh, Jesus, I don't want to date myself, but I was like 17 or 18 when it came out. So I've experienced it as a teenager, but I would love to be like an 8-year-old boy and be like, I've seen gladiatorial combat.
Yeah.
Should you imagine?
If this was back in the 90s, there would be like Maximus action figures and shit.
Oh, hell yeah. There would be just like fucking Toxic Crusaders.
You could
Dude, there would be a Gladiator cartoon animated series. Dude, you can buy the Coliseum. The fucking one of those popcorn buckets was a Coliseum. And it came with a scan, like a fucking QR code, and you could scan it and it would do an AR, like a augmented reality gladiator battle inside of the popcorn bucket.
What?
I swear to God. Wait, hold on. Before we go talk
did
about
you not
Conclave, I
fall
want to
for
show
this?
this to Mark.
I know you're a big bucket guy. You collect them, right?
I do
you
collect
and Tommy,
them.
I know.
I
I
missed
wonder if
it.
Tommy got it.
Popcorn bucket arena. All right, here, Mark. Wait, I'm gonna share my screen. Hold on, because Mark, dude, I saw this and I was like, if you can get your hands on one of these, here we go. Check it out, Mark.
Every kernel of strength, every ounce of honor is for the glory of Rome.
And you see these
As you
AR
preside
gladiators
over this
fighting
gladiator arena,
in your popcorn
you
bucket.
can eat war. Finish the popcorn and unleash the battle within. You will be entertained.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
I told you, dude.
By the way, you know what's crazy about that? That's saying that the movie came out November 22nd, which is not that long ago, and it's already leaving the premium theaters?
Yes, it's because fucking there's too much. Everybody's eating good. Moana 2, Wicked, Everybody's got something to watch. There
That
you
popcorn
go.
bucket is dope, by the way.
You can eat war. Genius fucking copy.
Have
Genius.
you ever? I've never seen a pro-war popcorn bucket before.
Neither have I. Not since Saving Private Ryan have I seen.
Oh my god! It's like intestines.
Yep. It's an AR Vin Diesel, and he's going, "Mom, Mom," as he's clutching his intestines. Sorry. Oh no.
Good thing you didn't do that on Veterans Day.
Our next film.
Let
Mark,
it
should
be
we-
known that Matt gave me Saving Private Ryan on Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day,
And
you
it's
son
made in
of a
Germany,
bitch.
the traitor.
Mark, our next film that we're going to be discussing is Conclave. This is the new movie by Mark's favorite guy who made All Quiet on the Western Front, the remake.
Another
Is-
great war movie.
Is his name Edward Berger? Edmund Berger?
Yeah, I think it's Edward Berger.
Edward Berger. So, yes, dude, as Rome in Gladiator 2 felt like it was always about to fucking explode, so too does the interior of the Vatican in
Just like the
Conclave.
loins of the priest. It's about to explode.
It's about to explode in Jared's corner. Mark and I were
Yeah,
both
we're in
excited.
an Italian kick, right?
Oh yeah, I know. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Vatican City.
Conclave.
Conclave.
Popcorn.
Yeah, did Conclave get a popcorn bucket? You know what it is? It's an AR. It's an AR Conclave vote on top of a Pope's hat.
It's an inverted Pope hat.
A popcorn,
Amazing.
a bucket so good you'll say Jesus Christ.
Want to fondle some corn? Look
Thou
at these young kernels of corn.
Thou
waiting to
shalt
pop in
not
your
fondle,
bucket.
but thou shalt eat a lot. Conclave popcorn bucket.
Yeah, it's that guy's voice.
Don't vote for John Lithgow. He's a piece of shit. Mark and I both wanted to see Conclave. Mark and I first became aware of Conclave, funny enough, while we were at HHN. We saw
Yeah,
the trailer for this before we saw Megalopolis. And we were like, we both looked at each other and we were like, you laugh, but I would watch that. And we both had, it was the realization that we both wanted to watch this old man movie.
By the way, we weren't fucking around. We legit wanted to see this movie.
Oh, 100%. If I could have seen it with Mark in LA, I would have seen it. We would have just gone to see Conclave.
Fuck yeah.
Listen, I took the lead on Gladiator 2, so I will open the floor to Mark first. Mark, you saw Conclave. What did you think?
Man, I think if you're talking, this movie felt like it was designed to be an Oscar contender. And I mean that in a good way. Like everything about this movie is beautifully done. I know we said this about Gladiator, but cinematography, sound design, acting, script, everything in this movie to me was like you're seeing people at the pinnacle of their careers. And it's very impressive to watch. It's also one of the most intriguing movies I've seen where I was literally on the edge of my seat watching this, like, and I'm not into religion. I'm not into I do like, papal fuckery. So I don't mind people backstabbing each other for position in the Catholic Church. That's super appealing to me. So to get that on a big scale movie where it's didn't some of the shots feel like paintings?
They did. They felt like the chiaroscuro paintings. I am kind of a little bit obsessed, I think, just with the secrecy and the pageantry that happens within the Vatican. I was born and raised a Catholic, but I don't practice anymore. I don't go to church. I don't give a shit. But I love all of the surface level shit involved in Vatican City. I love the pageantry of it, the ritual, the ceremony. There's something that I find compelling about men in robes making decisions in shadowy areas. This movie, this is what I was telling to Mark on text. Again, I don't care if the movie is 100% accurate or not. That's not what I try to get out of movies. To me, though, the way that this is done, it feels real. it feels real enough that I would believe this is exactly how a conclave would happen. Like when they and a conclave, we should tell people if you're not familiar, is when they meet, when all the cardinals meet to elect a new pope. And this movie explicitly just shows you this is the process. They meet, they vote, they're not allowed to leave this one small sort of corner of the Vatican. And like the windows are
Like
shuttered.
being on jury duty.
Basically, it's like the jury duty from hell, funny enough, because like the windows are blocked out and locked. They're in like a prison. They make a point of showing you those shutters come down, and they don't go up again until the end of the movie when the new pope is chosen. So I loved that because it all felt the best word I can think to use. It feels funereal. It feels sad and important and full of ritual, and you're seeing these people do these things. But the other thing I loved about it was, when's the last time I thought about this? This is a fucking acting movie. Like when you watch a movie and you're like, hey, watch this to just watch great actors go up against one another. I was trying to think of like, when's the last time I saw a movie like that? That was like an acting movie. And I couldn't think of one within the last 20 years. I could only think of movies like examples from the 90s. I thought of Glengarry Glen Ross, which is one of my favorites. Watching actors go up against each other, right? Because in this feels very much, you got Ralph Fiennes, Stanley Tucci, Isabella Rossellini, John Lithgow, and some other amazing actors from other countries that like that stand up to those guys that are just as good, I would say.
And
Especially
by the way, did you feel that it's like whenever you see an ensemble cast like that, it has a tendency to either fall flat on its face or just be like not interesting at all?
Yes. Well, it almost kind of begs like you're like, oh, this movie, like what's that Family Guy joke? Like it insists upon itself. Like it's a movie that you can tell, okay, this is obviously going to be one of those prestige movies. And I'm with you. 8 times out of 10, I like to mock those movies because it's so blatantly obvious. It's so transparent what they're trying to do. The difference here is they actually back it up. So like,
well, by the way, even in the when we saw the trailer, to me, it didn't. Even though it could have had, so you watch those ensemble cast trailers, like, crap. This one, even though it has that layer of possible pretension to it, it did not feel that way at all. It's always felt like this. It's like, this is going to be a fucking awesome movie. And it was.
Agreed. There were so many cool things. And like the reason I want to highlight the actors is because that was my main takeaway, was just like how good each of the 4 main actors were at portraying a very specific type. Like Ralph Fiennes has this like silent leadership quality. Stanley Tucci is like very snappy and realist. Isabella Rossellini, who plays a nun, is like this sort of weird outsider. She's always an outsider, and here even more so because the fucking priests can't be bothered to acknowledge the nuns that are there serving them. They're there to just fucking make them food, basically, and get out of the way. And then you've got John Lithgow, who always is doing something morally questionable, where you're like, this motherfucker's up to some shit. The minute I saw John Lithgow, I knew. I was like, he fucking did something. He's up to something. I don't know what it is.
But the one thing cool about it, though, it also seems that way, but at the same time, it's like they kind of hold it so you don't know if he's good or bad. Like they do that for all the characters. There's moments where you can doubt it, where you're like, okay, maybe he is. And then, of course, there's evidence later on, but it always kind of brings up this like little bit of doubt in your head. And even the main character, Ralph Fiennes, he's having a crisis of his faith too, on top of having. So there's like all these layers of uncertainty, but I don't know, they present it in such a good way where I'll be honest, certain things you could tell, but for the most part, you're on the edge of your seat for those votes. And
100%.
It's shot in such a very simple way, but with those luscious close-ups of like envelopes being dropped, and like you're saying, you get a sense of all the ritual. It felt like they had complete access to the Vatican. I don't know if this was shot in a studio. I don't know where it was shot, but it felt like it was on location to me. Like even the Sistine Chapel where they're in, when you see those like Raphael paintings, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was amazing. There were also shots too. It does feel like they had access to every. Oh, it's Michelangelo, I think, to every corner of the Vatican, because there was also a beautiful shot where they have these other meeting rooms where they all kind of meet to discuss. And you have this great shot where it's like you sense always the vastness of how big the Vatican is. Like there's a shadow
Those courtyard
surrounding
shots.
them. Well, no, there's the shot inside of what looks like a theater. It's all those blue chairs, and a group of them
that
are
is
sitting in the
dope,
blue
yeah.
chairs while they're listening to Ray Fiennes, but all around them is like a circle of shadow. Like they're sitting underneath one
It's like
giant
this
spotlight.
big spotlight, yeah.
And all you feel is space. You just feel the distance and how big the location is. Another thing I loved, I was telling Mark about this, the sound design in this movie is fucking great because it does something. You could say it's there to put you in Ray Fiennes' position so you feel a little nervous with him. But like, I would argue there's a bit in this movie where sometimes the movie will isolate the soundtrack so you're just hearing Ray Fiennes' breathing. It's not like he's breathing heavily. He's just normally breathing. Like, he's an old man, he's breathing. But the thing is, I took it as like, that's how fucking quiet and contained and controlled this whole environment is, that even in a room that is vast, filled with 100 people, you can still hear this one fucking guy breathing. Like, that's how controlled it is. And I kept being struck by elements of the world like that in the movie, where I kept being in awe of like, oh my God, this space, or you sort of figure out, well, how is it laid out? Oh, this room is next to this room. And you kind of keep marveling at how much of a mystery the Vatican itself is. It's a mystery within a mystery within a mystery. And it just, you know what I mean? It feels like it keeps going on forever.
Well, you know what it feels like? It feels like we were invited into a secret society.
Yes.
You know, you're seeing all the pageantry and like those close-ups of like the fabrics. You get an idea. Like, just by looking at this film, you know how everything would feel in your hand. It's very tactile in that way.
Absolutely.
And I love that. Like, you see all the stitching detail and on the robes. It's
another movie with good robes. Dude, this is like
Yeah.
a robe double feature. If you like robes, this is the week for you.
By the way, one of the funny lines is that like they talk about the piety of Christ. Meanwhile, these fuckers are just like doused in opulence. It's like, what the fuck are these people talking about?
Eating fucking roast chicken while that. You know what I laughed at? There was one shot, like, you know, a lot of the cardinals are outside smoking cigarettes. There was one shot of like a really old cardinal smoking a cigarette playing on his iPhone outside. I thought that was really hilarious.
Didn't those shots of like, that's what I love. They inserted these shots of random people that, no, you don't really see them anymore, but it just made it feel like you were just hanging out at the Vatican.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, 100%, dude. Even like the little, I also love this kind of shit too. Like there's a bit where there's this new pope that's invited. You know, no one's or this new cardinal that's invited. Nobody's heard of him before. It's this guy Cardinal Benitez. And he comes from Kabul, Afghanistan. It's like this horrible ministry, and so he wants to come and be part of the conclave. He was actually invited. And there's a bit where
and
you
they don't,
learn,
by the way, they don't know anything about this.
they don't know
guy.
anything about him. And there's a bit where you learn that the old pope kept these turtles, these exotic African turtles that sort of roam the Vatican, like outside by the pond. People are always having to pick the turtles up because they're always walking around and put them back into the pond. And this movie does I call it the Criterion movie thing, the Criterion Collection thing, where like a simple action, like seeing someone acknowledge a turtle and then putting it down and you go, oh, that's what the old pope used to do, is kind of a very not so subtle hint about that person coming up later. It's just like good old school filmmaking. You know what I mean? It's not big, it's not showy. It's just about a human interaction, and then it's up to you later to draw the parallel and go, oh, that's why they showed that.
Well, you know what? This is one of the first movies where it felt like they were treating the audience as though they were intelligent. It's like, you're intelligent to draw these parallels. We don't have to like make it in your face.
Yes.
So it was one of the first movies that I've seen this year where I was like, oh, wow, I'm not being treated like a dummy. And they're talking about more complex and mature things that I really don't get out of most big movies. You kind of have to go to these small ones. So
I'm not being treated like a fucking dum-dum.
Isn't that nice though? Where it's just like, here's the exposition scene. The other cool thing is it's like they leave so many vagaries. Like throughout the movie, you still don't know if the Pope that passed away was a good Pope or a bad one, you know?
And I think that
love
the answer isn't that simple. I think for some he was probably good, and for others he was probably bad. That's what you learn, is that all those cardinals, they don't all agree. They all have very different ideas about where the church is supposed to be headed. There's like the people who are almost like the the regressive party that want the church to go back to like no women voting and no race, like we don't want black
Yeah.
people in the church, like. But then you have the more progressives like the Stanley Tucci's who are like, hey, we need to fucking embrace gay marriage and we need to like do, like they're trying to move the church into the future so that it better
Yeah.
reflects the people who
Well, they're
go,
trying to
right?
be. It's kind of cool to see the battle between people that want to be inclusive and those that want to be exclusive.
Yes.
But in those two realms, there's just like all this nuance, which you don't get with characters. It's sort of like for example, like I was saying, the main character has a crisis of consciousness, but he's also choosing a religious leader. And it's sort of like it really shows that you can't judge someone. You really have to like understand and communicate with them because it people are so varied and different. You can't just be like, this guy's that. Sort of like how they, when Benitez first shows up, they're like prejudging him because he's in Kabul. And even the way they intone his location, they're basically saying like, this guy's like, there's like, even when they mention the clicks, it's so cool. It's like an
Yeah.
extremely complex but simple movie. I don't know if that makes sense.
That's a great way to put it. It's very complex in its simplicity. I think that's what it is. It's just like you have the factions of people you understand, but it's not outside of your understanding. It's far reaching because of what it is, but it's easy to understand. That's the cool part. I was just awestruck by how good the movie was, dude. I just was like, and to echo what Mark said, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. I had no idea where it was at. And by the way, I don't think we'll reveal. Let's not reveal the ending.
Yeah.
But I'll say if you think you know where this is headed, I fucking promise you,
don't.
you do not.
I was doing that bullshit where it's like, I knew exactly what happened, and then something completely different happened. So by the way, there's nothing that would lead you to predict that, which is brilliant. So
Yes.
if you think you're gonna guess what this movie is, you won't probably, unless
Yeah.
goddamn, you got to be really fucking good at figuring.
You got to
that
be
shit
like
out.
a George Takei type motherfucker to figure that shit out. You make other people say, "Oh my." I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I did want to point something out, Mark, if you don't mind. When we were texting yesterday, Mark said something really funny. He said you said you had to keep pausing to look up certain terms because
Yeah,
the
like
movie
simony.
Simony.
It's like, that guy a molester?
Mark
It's
had to
like,
Google what is simony.
Dude, it wasn't just that because this wasn't a Marvel movie. They were using big words, so I was like, "Hey Google, what does "man" mean?" So that's why it was nice to be at home to see this because I couldn't do that in the theater.
Well, that's what I was saying. This is a movie that's almost kind of better at home because it affords you the opportunity to do shit like that so that you can educate yourself while you're watching the film, or you have these more quiet moments. You can kind of better enjoy them, right? You're not listening to like a stranger next to you eat a fucking hot dog. Like you can really hear Ray Fiennes' you can hear me eating War, just digging it out of my Gladiator II popcorn bucket.
By the way, I totally agree with you. This is one of those movies because, like you were saying, it's such a quiet movie.
Yeah.
If anyone were to make noise,
It would
If you
shatter
just-
the illusion for you, I think. It would shatter the reality. You would be like there was something so crazy about it's very quiet where I live. And I had the window open. I like to have the window open while I watch the movies because it makes me feel like an outdoor showing, outdoor screening. And my area is so quiet that it was just crazy to be able to hear Ray Fiennes' breathing above the wind outside. Like it was a surreal experience. Like it really put me, it was like, damn, this is some intimate filmmaking right now. You know what I mean?
that's a really great that's a great description of it because even though you have these like, we're talking about these extremely luscious wides of these amazing areas, it's actually like, it is super intimate,
It
even
is.
though you're in this space that's kind of not, you know what I mean? It's just marble and opulence and you wouldn't think of it being like an intimate space to be in, but the way they made this film was like, even in those like, when you see all the cardinals, you still feel like, this sounds like an insult, but it made it feel like a smaller room
Yes.
because you're so close to these people and their decisions. And by the way, that voting, didn't you feel as though that was so suspenseful
That was
anytime
so,
they
it was so
called a
suspenseful
vote?
until like you would hear. I love that too. The repetition of always coming back to that guy reading off like the results, like Pope or like Cardinal Tremblay, 30 votes. Then but after he fucks up, the next time you hear he's got 9 votes, you're like, oh, he's fucked. He's
It's
fucked.
great. It really get because outside I don't know how much you know about this, but in the news, all I knew about the Pope was like you get the black smoke if there's no decision, and it's like
Yes.
white smoke if there is. I didn't know how they did it. They went into the fuck. This is how cool and detailed this. They went into the control room. They showed all the buttons. They showed that they were like smoke grenades that get released.
Yeah.
What a cool attention to detail that they didn't need to do, but by doing so, made it so much more believable. It almost feels like this is an event that actually happened in real life.
100%, dude. I also love too the like when they're counting votes, they use a needle and thread to thread an actual vote along your thread. Like there's something, and then they take
It's
that
so
stack
cool.
after they count them to burn it in a furnace. I also love you brought something up. We won't reveal who it is. They do choose a new pope at the end of the movie. We won't reveal who it is, but they do something great. That again, it's that Criterion Collection thing. I was like, ooh, this is good filmmaking. Very subtle. Is, as Mark said, they go through painstaking effort to show you how they create the black smoke. Oh, no new pope yet, right? At the end of the movie, when they choose the new pope, there's no shot of the white smoke. It's just a shot of Ralph Fiennes looking up. And that tells you that's the difference. Like,
Yeah. And then it goes, I think the last shot is the courtyard and people just running across it,
yes. Yeah.
which is
Just-
cool. You know what's weird? It was like that shot made it seem so, everything in the movie seems so mundane
Yes.
that it was kind of like, no, but, and I don't mean that a bad way. It's just sort of like, well, and they made the choice and life
Right.
continues on.
And this
It
is
was so
business as
cool.
usual, right?
Yeah.
These 3 ladies, maybe they knew what was going on, maybe they didn't, but as they wander across the courtyard, it's like life. This is business as usual. This is what happens within these walls. Right, you over here playing with the turtles, and these guys are fucking deciding the fate of the church and shit. And there's all this political intrigue and backstabbing and jockeying for votes, or as Mark called it, simony. Educational. I learned simony. I also love those words, pontificate. They were just like great sounding dialogues in the movie. Fucking great movie. I'm gonna tell you, I give this 2 massive thumbs up. I really
and
liked it.
Coming from us, because we're like schlocky
We're
action
schlocky guys. Yeah.
it's
It's a good
just
fucking
shows
movie.
how good this movie is, because it really, even if you're not interested in this stuff, it really, no pun intended, it really sucks you into the universe.
It does.
That's a terrible phrase for the Catholic Church. But
really
it
just-
sucks you off in the
It really grips you with both hands. Just grips it hard. Just grips you. It's gripping.
It's like it calls you forth to the movie.
It makes sure you don't want to tell your parents about this. Don't tell anybody. You keep quiet now.
By the way, speaking of that, I think they handled that part of the Catholic Church very well without it interfering with the movie and
Yes.
getting you sidetracked.
Because that's a different
they-
movie.
they
That
do,
would be a
yeah.
different movie. Absolutely.
So, but I like the fact that they're like, yes, we acknowledge that, and they even have reasons as to why they won't choose a specific person. So I thought that was like, okay, you can't just avoid that, because people will be like, hey, what about all the scandals? So the fact that they incorporate it in a way that it doesn't distract from the main story, which is like Matt said, is a completely different movie, was brilliant.
Yeah, agreed.
This
Like-
movie better win everything, god damn it.
I think it's going to win some awards. I mean, well, maybe not now because Wicked came out. It's going to win everything. Wicked wipes the floor with this, apparently. Can you imagine the fucking singing movie with a green lady defeats Conclave, defeats Gladiator, defeats every fucking movie you can think of. Every movie gets defeated by the floating green lady. What was your favorite movie? The one with the green lady.
Ghoulish green.
Ghoulish green. It is ghoulish green. Mark, anything else to add about Conclave before we wrap this shit up?
I don't know. I would just say, even if you're not into these like prestige movies, I would give it a chance just because of
Yeah.
the world building.
World
If you're at
building.
all curious about ritualistic societies and like secret decision making, this is the perfect movie because it's all about that.
Oh, I'm curious, says George Takei. Pipe down, George. God, we know. We know. Mark, you want to do Rex before we close
let's
out
do
this
it.
week? Here we go.
I'm gonna wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck, wreck, wreck. I'm gonna wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck it, wreck, 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 wreck.
Well, I go on facts, not recommendations, but thank you.
Oh, hi. Is what George Takei says when he's surprised when he runs into you at the bank. Oh, hi.
Oh hi!
Oh, hi. That's also when he enters Ojai, California. He hangs out with John Say from
That's what I'm about to
he
say.
hangs out with John Say from Loveson. Oh hi. Oh my. I don't know why. Oh why? Why am I so obsessed with George Takei this week? I don't know. I don't know where it's coming from.
Did you
Mark?
see something of his recently?
I think in my head there's always like an O sound happening, like an oh my, or like the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. There's always like an O sound happening.
That is the exact opposite of George
Yes,
Takei.
it is, yeah.
A guy crashing through a wall.
A sentient juice pitcher crashing through the wall, or one of our finest character actors from Star Trek, George Takei. Oh hi, California.
And by the way, missed opportunity for that town to have some tourism.
Dude,
come to
their tourism board should hire him to do that.
He should be the only one on the tourism board. Just him.
100%.
That town will turn into New York City.
It would, dude. You imagine the camera like like a tourism ad that soars over Ojai. It's like one of those big like fucking drone shots. You're like, where's this headed? And it finds one man overlooking a bluff. And we don't need to see his face as the drone draws closer. You just hear, oh hi.
And it echoes through the
It
valley.
echoes, and it's George Takei. Mark, let's do Rex, buddy. You know what? Maybe in the interest, so we don't keep you running too long. Maybe we like just kind of run through.
How many you got, sir?
I got. You know what? I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
How many
I
you
think
got?
I got 4, but
Oh fuck
one
it!
of
I'll do
them-
4. I can do 4.
Okay. Do you want to go back and forth, or how do you want to do it?
You know what? How about we do this? Let's just run through it, man. Why don't you
Okay.
start with yours, and we'll see what happens. See what happens.
All right, so I'll keep mine pretty simple. Obviously, I saw Gladiator before Gladiator 2, so I highly recommend doing that because there are some callbacks to it, and it's just a fucking awesome movie. So that's out of the way. The other movie is something you recommended, which was Detour. So I finally
Oh,
watched that.
yeah.
Who would have thought that like a 60 to 70 movie could be like 60 to 70 minute movie could be so engaging?
Yes.
That was, dude, that's like one of my nightmare scenarios. Spoiler alert. This movie is about like this horrible shit happening to somebody that has like, it's just bad luck. You know, when you're a kid, you're like, what happens if I get framed for murder? You just think about stupid shit like that. I grew up with a lot of Hitchcock movies.
The way that you said that was so real. You really believed that when you were a kid. What happens if somebody
did.
sets me up for murder?
I was a sheltered homeschooler.
You're like,
so
why
this
is
was like,
Mark always so nervous?
dude, if I saw this as a kid, I'd never leave the house. It's fucking crazy what happens to this poor bastard. Dude, the phone. Oh,
Oh yes! Oh my god, that's one of the great moments
like
in the movie.
halfway through, I was like, just stop pulling the fucking wire and check.
Oh, I was the
Then you open
opposite.
it and wait
I
a
was
minute.
like, get rid of her. This broad is annoying. Pull, pull.
Like that, you use 40s terminology.
Get rid of this dame. She's a chatterbox.
That movie was nuts. I couldn't tell what was going to happen next. It's
Look at us,
if you're
Mark.
short on time. It's
We
fucking
accidentally
awesome.
both happened upon a Noirvember film. It's not Noirvember
Yeah, we
anymore,
did-
but we
well-
somehow both watched.
Well, we did watch
Noirvember.
it in November.
That's right. We
Go
participated. Noirvember.
All right, the next movie I watched was a comedy, which turned out to be a bit. I was like, "What's the top 10 comedies of 2023 and 2024?" All of them were like Oscar-winning
Oh
ones,
yeah.
and I was like, "Ah, shit." Anyway, this one was pretty good. It was The Big Sick from
Oh
2017.
yeah. That's a
It
good
was
movie.
actually a very heartfelt and very good movie, and I liked it. But it's not like ha 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 ha. If you're looking for like, Farrelly Brothers movies, it is not.
It's
But
definitely a
good movie, you should
dramedy.
check
It's
it
a
out.
sad. It's
Yeah.
sad, but it's funny. It is funny. Kumail.
Yeah.
I love Kumail. I just think
He's
Kumail's
awesome.
hilarious. But he's fucking great in it, and he and his wife wrote it. Right?
Yeah. They did a great job. It
Great
was
movie.
like
I remember that movie.
so anyway, enough of that one. The best one I watched was probably my 4K copy of Marathon Man. Holy shit, I haven't seen this
Hey!
movie in forever. It was amazing. Dude, that like I said, I've only seen this movie on DVD, and it doesn't look so good. This looks like a contemporary movie on 4K. Whoever did
Whoa.
the scan, it is so clean.
Don't
It's
you just love
amazing.
that?
Dude.
Rediscovering those old movies you're familiar with in this like super high res format. You're like, oh my god, look at it, look at
It's
it.
like you don't as a kid you don't realize that because we never got a chance. Like this shit left the theaters long ago.
If you were a kid and you saw the dentist scene, would you be like, oh my god, I can never go to the dentist again?
Yeah, probably. How do you get framed for murder at the dentist? My parents are like, what a
They're
piece
like,
of shit we
Why
raised.
is Mark always worried about being set up for murder?
And a root canal.
Yeah.
Makes no sense.
Is it safe?
Dude.
Is it safe?
That scene was like the way I remembered it. It was even worse because it happens like twice. He's like, and he finds the cavity. He's like fiddling around with it, and then the second time he's like, "I'm not gonna fuck around with the cavity." The fresh nerve. I totally forgot about that. So I thought
Yeah.
it was over after he did, and then
Nope. Oh god, it's fucked. It's fucked up. Oh god,
it's
hard.
awesome, so good.
Yeah, good.
What an
movie.
amazing movie. So those are my recs. And Marathon Man, though, if you get it, and it's dirt cheap too. So
Oh, nice.
buy that shit and watch it on a screen.
Kino Lorber, man, they
Big-
do good work. They do good work.
I was shocked at how good it looked, by the way. That's the last thing I'll say.
So I'll go for one of them I did talk about at the top of the show, and that was Ron Howard's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I did rewatch the 4K. It was amazing in 4K, and I'm not gonna, you guys know I love this movie. We've actually Mark and I walked through these real sets. Remember that? We walked through the Whoville set in Universal Studios. So like
That
this
was
is
pretty
just
dope.
this is just one of those Universal Studios movies. Like I always want to watch it when I'm missing the parks. I'm like, I want to watch this and relive the feeling of being in the Universal Studios. So
And it's
it was
fucking
great.
hilarious.
It's
Jim
hilarious. And
Carrey's
Jim
awesome.
Carrey's a genius, dude. He's a fucking genius. Speaking of Jim Carrey,
Oh, you went on a Jim Carrey kick.
I was on a bit of a Jim Carrey kick this week. Can you tell I needed to be cheered up? I was sad. I was having a shitty Thanksgiving. And I wound up rewatching The Cable Guy, which I had not watched in a really fucking long time. Dude, I think I've said this to you before. I'll say it again for the people at home. Ben Stiller, the actor, fine. Ben Stiller, the director, is a genius. I love Ben
he's like
Stiller's movies.
he's so underrated, right?
He's so under. I watched Cable Guy and Zoolander, which is also kind of a wreck, but not really part of my four. I was just gonna ignore that one. But both directed by Ben Stiller, both fantastic movies. Like the Cable Guy, Tropic Thunder's fantastic. Reality Bites is good, and also I've only watched a couple episodes of
Walter
Severance,
Mitty?
but I
Did
liked
you
it.
see?
I didn't love Walter Mitty. I know some people. I know that movie has its fans. I'm not. I'm like, it's fine. But Cable Guy, dude, it stands. It holds up so well. It's so fucked up and weird. I love how weird it is. It's a very this is the best way I can describe it is like it's like if a Paul Schrader movie got remade as a comedy. Like it's about two
that's
very
a great-
desperate characters who are kind of gross, and there's this fucked upness about their humanity, but because it's a Ben Stiller movie, it's funny.
And it's also kind of heartfelt. You really feel for these weirdo characters
Yes,
too.
yes,
which
but
is,
you also, I love that it turns into a '90s thriller at the end, where you're like, oh
it gets
god, this is
dark.
yes, like he's gonna kill her. This is really gonna happen. Fucking great movie, and it's so quotable. I didn't realize how many lines I remembered because it's been years. And
Really?
I, like literally turn it on, and I just like I had so many lines like couched in my brain. You ever have that experience? You're watching a movie and you're able
Like,
to
what
quote
was that
along with
from?
it. Yeah, The Cable Guy happens to be one of those movies like burned in my brain. So Cable Guy, it's on Prime if you want to check it out. All these Jim
the way,
Carrey movies
can
are
I-
on Prime.
Can I just say that I feel as though that's the best way to watch that movie when you're just alone. I don't
Yeah.
know why. There's something. Most comedies, it feels like you need an audience. This one feels like it's made to watch one on one.
Yes, 100%. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, this would be a good, again, with Conclave, these are good, like, movies you're watching at home in a very quiet, sort of relaxed setting, right? Yeah, I would put Cable Guy in there for sure.
That's a good pick, dude.
Yeah, it was good. I do want to also call this out. I went on 2 Carries, and I'll go now another actor double feature. I did 2 Giamattis.
That's right. You were
I got
doing the
super into
Giamatti.
Giamatti this week. I couldn't think of a more human representation of my sadness than Paul Giamatti.
See, these selections are very much man alone at home
Yes, totally.
during the holidays.
That's what it was. I watched The Holdovers, which I believe was, if you remember, was my favorite movie of the year last year.
Yeah,
I rewatched The Holdovers.
it's a great movie.
Fantastic movie. Also very sad. Giamatti fucking rules in it. He's so good. The whole cast is so good. I
Matt
won't belabor
eating
the
his
point.
sad turkey sandwich.
I was eating this fucking
Watching
turkey sandwich watching The
Holdovers.
Holdovers.
You're like using the bread to dab your tears.
Yep.
Oh!
Mhm. The tears are my drink. It helps me wash down that dry turkey sandwich I ate. And then I also want to give a shout out to our buddy Tommy Nuggets, because I told him
Oh, that's
that I
right,
was
yeah.
having a Paul Giamatti. I was in a Paul Giamatti, if you will. And he was like, "Hey Matt, if you want another sad Paul Giamatti holiday movie, I've got one for you. It's called All Is Bright." And I watched it based on
I
Tommy's
have
rec.
never heard of that movie, by the way.
Me
until
either.
Tommy brought it up.
It's also on Prime, and I got it. All these movies are on Prime. Holdovers, All Is Bright, Cable Guy. It's all on Prime.
Man, all your sad movies.
All your
available on
sad
Prime.
holiday needs. Jeff Bezos has got you covered.
That's funny. That's the category. Sad holiday.
Man alone on holidays. Oh no. All Is Bright. When this movie started, I was not into it. It's a very slow starter. It took me about 10-15 minutes to settle into the groove. Once I did, I was fucking into it. Like, it takes a little while to hook you, but when you see what it's trying to do, it's we talked about those kind of Criterion Collection movies where they do like subtle human things, like those are meant to be your big payoffs. This movie's loaded with that shit. It's a very good movie. So I'll tell you what it is. I'm not going to spoil it. Giamatti's a guy who gets out of prison. He has nowhere to go. His family wants nothing to do with him. So he gloms
Man, this
on.
already sounds super sad.
It's super sad. It's at Christmas. He gets out. He gloms on to Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd has kind of taken over Paul Giamatti's old life. Like, he's sleeping with his wife. They're going to get married. And he's kind of looking over Paul Giamatti's daughter. So he
It
kind
sounds
of
almost like a Robin Williams sad movie.
it gets there, dude. It gets there. So here's the thing. Paul Giamatti feels like Paul Rudd owes him. And what Paul Rudd is like, he's Paul Rudd. He's hilarious, but he's such a doofus. His whole thing is that the way he makes money for the whole year is they live in Canada. He buys a bunch of Christmas trees. He drives across the border to New York and he sells them in New York City. Like, he sells Christmas trees. So Paul Giamatti decides he's going to ride along with him and help him sell the trees. And he wants half the money. He just wants to make a new start, new life. And it's just about these two guys who fucking hate each other, learning how to kind of come together over a Christmas tree business during the holidays to try to make
Sounds like
money.
a great movie.
It's a great movie, Mark. Listen, it's a slow starter, so you have to be in a mood, because when you start to see it and Giamatti comes out of jail, you're like, what is this? But dude,
sad sack movie.
Wait till about 10 minutes in. When they get the trees, that's really when they should have started the movie, was them picking up the Christmas trees, and you could have done the rest of the business. But it hooks you because you get
Does
to
it
see
have
how
indie piano music at the beginning of those 10 minutes?
I fucking shit you not. There's indie piano.
I fucking knew it.
It's a lady going like this. She goes like this. Ding, ding, ding. The piano goes like this. And it goes like that.
It's going to be a slow movie.
Like that. And then you see one
And
title
the
come
title's
up.
like
It'll be
fading
like, yep,
slowly.
Paul Giamatti.
I know it.
Okay, but don't count that against it. Get past that lady. Get past the slow credits. When you see the Christmas trees, the movie picks the fuck up. It's great. Once they get the trees and they go to New York, great movie. But then at the very end of the movie, I do want to tell you, I won't spoil it. The piano lady does return, but she's like,
Oh, man. I hate it when that happens.
The second time the piano lady came in, I did start laughing because it was so ridiculous.
It's such a contrived indie movie thing. It's like, enough of the fucking piano and guitar music. Jesus.
I know.
Get some more fucking money and
Well,
get an
my thing is,
orchestra.
like, he's
Shit.
like, just a down and dirty, like, blue-collar movie. Like, they should have just had, like, a harmonica soundtrack, like, right? That would have been awesome. But they went for the, like... I believe at the end she has one lyric. She says joy over and over. She goes, joy, joy. I swear to God. I think that's what happens.
By the way,
Anyway.
no matter how poignant the ending is, when it pops up, I'm going to be laughing my ass off.
You're
just
going to
because
laugh
of
your
this
ass off at Joy,
conversation.
the Joy song. So I do want to thank our buddy Tommy. Tommy has said he does not listen to this show, but I will thank him. I've thanked him on our text
What?
thread. He doesn't listen to podcasts, even if he's on them. But his wife does. So, hi, Mrs. Nuggets. You could tell Tommy I said thank you again for recommending All Is Bright, because it scratched the Giamatti itch. It was like, you want a sad Giamatti holiday movie? This fucker's got multiple.
Damn, it's like he's the go-to guy for it. You know what? All his movies, when I was reading through the filmography, because I was like, oh, what other Giamatti? They all sound sad sack, the titles. Cold Soul. Man on the Moon. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
You're like, Jesus, cheer up already. I forgot. You know what I almost
shoot
watched?
myself for the holidays.
I forgot that he was in Shoot 'Em Up.
That's right.
Yeah,
As
he's the bad guy. He's the bad guy. He's Elmer
I love
Fudd.
him in that movie. I love that he just has so much fun with that character.
Yeah. That, and we talked about him being in the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes, which is a great movie, too.
I liked him in that too.
I like it,
And
too.
Tim Roth
I
is
know.
the
I know
shit.
we're the outliers.
Is
I
there
don't
a
care.
soul in there? Is
Yeah.
one of my favorite lines.
soul in there?
And
They
that
should have
fucking,
had
I'll mention this every goddamn time. Matt showing me the DVD
The
menu,
DVD
one of the
best DVD
greatest
menu ever made.
menus.
Best DVD menu ever made. Also could have only been improved if they had an ape George Takei. Oh, my. You imagine, dude?
That'd be amazing.
They had an ape George Takei. That'd be amazing.
But he's the only one with the old school shitty makeup.
Yeah. Yes. So that's it for me, dude. That's it for my Rex. Want to thank everybody for hanging out this week. Next week, Mark, do you want to finally do our Jingle All the Way
Yes,
commentary?
dude. I
Let's do
have
it.
been dying to see this.
All right. Jingle All the Way commentary next week. Mark and I have seen all the new movies we're going to see, so we'll come back next week with Jingle All the Way feature commentary. That's it. Peace. Bye.